Howdy y'all, and welcome back to Jab playing Satisfactory Plus 1.0. Alright, in the last episode, we had built some things, and I just got up and got a cup of coffee, right? And we built all this stuff, right? We learned about, hang on a second. What's the button I'm looking for? Yeah. So we learned all about the crushers and the sorter. And, you know, we got stuff going and we unlocked foundations. And I'm thinking, you know, that's really good. We did some, a little bit of work behind the scenes, like I told you I would. And we got a little production going, right? So I'll kind of show you what we got going on over here. So basically, I've got this constructor over here set up to make us plates. This one over here is making us some sheets. We got screws and we've got concrete, right? Basically, all the things that we need to do to make the following items. Just in case you're new and you don't know, this mod makes everything harder. So, what's the button? No, that's not the button I'm looking for. Yeah. So if we look at foundations are iron sheets, plates, and concrete, right? Belts are plates and, yes, screws, right? So I'm thinking about it. I've got enough, and I was thinking, you know, I was planning, and I'm like going, hang on a second. It'd be cool to put down a foundation and kind of, you know, get things going, right? Get a little, you know, factory going and, you know, everything on a foundation and moving right and everything. And I was thinking, you know what? This would be a good place to start, right? We could build a nice 10 by 10 foundation just up here out of the sand and, you know, get everything organized and everything like that. And small problem. You're like, Jap, what's a small problem? Right? Well, this mod's different than the base game. And you know, different is a good thing. Different could be a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. But we have to tackle things differently, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I don't have splitters and mergers right now. So putting the stuff up there is just like, well, I can't split and merge. I mean, I could lay it out, but that doesn't do me any good. I don't have tier 2 belts yet. So that's a thing. So I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and unlock assemblers, right? And see what the assemblers give us. They're going to give us rotors and 10 sheets. We know we can make reinforced plates in it, but I don't know what else we can make in it. So that will be the first thing that we work on is that. Okay, so let me go get the stuff that we need to get this all right. And I'll just handcraft the stuff really quick. Give me just a second and we'll be right back. All right, we got all the pieces and parts that we need. We'll load it into the box and we'll hit the button. And, all right, let's see if I can make one of these bad boys. An assembler. I need more. Yay. I need more parts. So, all right, I got my shopping list together. Give me a few seconds. All right, we got our pieces and parts. Let's just put it down just to ooh and ah at it and look at it and let's see what we can do with this bad boy. Okay, so reinforced plates and rotors is what we do in the base game. We've got 10 sheets and 10 plates. All right, so 10 plates is taking iron plates and 10 ingots. Okay. 10 sheets is taking copper sheets and tin. Okay. That makes sense. That's why it's called tinned. Rotors are taking bus bars and iron wire, which is something that's completely new to us. So, and copper bus bars are made out of copper pipe. Iron wire is made out of iron pipe. Or, yeah, iron. Yeah. All right, cool. And reinforced plates is made out of tin plates and screws. Yay. Which means in order to make reinforced plates, we have to first run something through. We have to run a product through an assembler to feed an assembler just to make reinforced plates. Cool. All right, well, that's how that works. All right, so we got assemblers. Let's take a look at what is left. We can use the assembler to make our rotors. So you know what? Let's go ahead and use what we've got. I can change a couple of these constructors up really quick to make some other stuff for us. So hang on a second. We don't need the concrete going just a second, so we can change this one. Let's select a recipe, and we'll change this into, well, actually we need 2 of them. All right, let's do this. All right, that's making iron rods. This is making screws, but what we're going to do is we're going to change the recipe into iron wire instead. And here, just take some of those. That'll take care of that. We'll come in here, we'll change this recipe, and we'll go into copper rods here, and then have this do bus bars for us, so we can get that going. And all I gotta do is throw that in there. All right, so that and that is good. Oh, we're gonna have a power issue. We're running, it looks like we're running low on go-go juice. And then after that, I can feed these things in those products in here to make rotors when I got enough. And what else do I need? Up. I need I've got the 10 sheets. So basically all I gotta do is let these machines run. So I'm gonna let those machines run. I'm gonna hook this into the power supply somehow or another. Maybe. Yo, give me one. There. Maybe not. Yo, there's got to be a pole I can hook up to somewhere. Here, here, here. Oh, geez, no. There. Here, I'll just put it there and I'll figure something out. All right, when I got all this stuff completed, I'll bring you guys back. All right, I think we got everything we need. Here's our 10 rotors. Let's see how the constructors are doing. They should be, we should have what we need. If I can just remember which constructors that we're looking for. Yep, we got enough bus bars and we got enough wire. Cool. So while I was running stuff back and forth, it made me think, and I was just like, man, I wonder what alternate recipes are going to be like. I'm beginning to think that hard drive hunting is probably going to be a very important thing for us to do. All right, so let's load up the box. There's that, there's that, there's those, and there's that. Send it off. And I'm afraid to look to see what it takes to make Mark II belts. Hang on a second. We need a Mark to belt drive. And it takes... Hang on a second. So, no, wait. A Mark II belt drive takes 10 sheets and rotors. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, I'm loving this. All right, hang on a second. Let's also look in here under logistics. So, we need the belt drive plus iron sheets or iron sheets. All right, cool. Stackable conveyor belts take screws. Of course they would. Why wouldn't they? All right, so the splitters isn't too bad. It's screws, sheets, and plates. Not too terribly bad. So I can dig what they're putting down. Is there? Ooh. We can make wind turbines. We can get 10 megawatts of power out of it. We'll have to look into that. And what else did we unlock? All right, that's everything. All right, so now we have the ability to make splitters and stuff like that. However, before we get started, I think energy is the most important thing that we need to work on. So, and I think that's the first production plant that the first thing we're going to put on foundation is energy. So this will unlock solid biofuels plus the MAM. The MAM's important. The inventory slots is not bad. So we're going to need reinforced plates. I have all this stuff. I just need 10 reinforced plates. Can I make 10 reinforced plates? Yo. I've got 2. What am I missing? Is it just the 10 sheets? There we go. This might be easy peasy lemon squeezy, since I've had most of the stuff in my pocket already. So, field research, select that. There's those. All right, we can make a chainsaw now. I'm afraid to look to see what the recipe for the chainsaw is. Oh, that's not too bad. It looks about basically the same. So, yeah, let's get, man, 10 plates is, yeah. All right, we're just gonna have to get on it with the 10 plates. What am I missing out of 10 plates? Ingots. Hang on a second. I have a box of ingots here somewhere. I believe they're right here. Hey, is it this one? Yo. Yeah. We got plenty of ingots. I didn't have anything to make with them. Well, to be fair, is because I needed the assembler first, right? Man, factories, the footprint on the factories are going to be pretty big. I am pretty stoked about this. All right, get this. I want to get a chainsaw. All right, hang on. We need some rods really quick. That won't take very long. We need cable, which. All right. I've got a box of copper ingots over here somewhere. You know, for this very occasion. Boom, boom. All right. Let's hit that. Let's hit that. We'll come back over here. Hey, the ship's back. And you know what? maybe I put, yeah, see, the power's out. So maybe I'll put the, we'll put the power up on that, up on the platform. That sounds like a great idea. All right, so let me just knock this out really quick. We need 30 to get 15. All right, now all we gotta do is come in here. One chainsaw, please, and thank you. All right, we got one chainsaw. Here, store everything. Give me the chainsaw back. And I need twigs. No. All right, I'm gonna get some biomass. I'll be back. All right, guys, we got to change the plans. I decided we're going to go ahead and put the foundations down and get the power built first, and then we'll go get the stuff to make to fill it. So first things first, let's hit this, make a copy of that. Let's go into zoop mode, and let's just go 10 that way. So there's 20, 30, 40, 50. I think this will be more than enough. Not 100% sure, but we'll lay it out and we'll see how it goes. So the first thing I want to do is, actually, let's do it this way. I want to come in here and I want to be able to put down one box here, and then one box here, and then we're gonna get some constructors down. So we'll put one constructor there and one constructor there, and let's give them recipes. So this one's going to make biomass out of leaves, which means we need 120. So there's 3. Hang on a second. Mark 2. All right. And this one is going to be biomass wood, and that's 45. So that can just be a regular belt. And then coming out, it's 120 out of here and 60 out of there. So we need a merger. So we'll slap down mergers, and I need to get them on my heart bar. So that's 5. That's 6. All right, 5. All right, so one merger will come. Yep. And let me double check these. This is 60 a minute. So that's regular. And did I put that down wrong? It's possible. It is highly possible that I put it down wrong. All right, let's try it again. Go into there, like that. And what are you coming out? You're 120. So that's Mark 2. And then I need another constructor coming right here. So we'll grab this, and we'll nudge you into place. Yep. And we don't have much Mark 2, so I want to make sure that we don't have to waste any. And this is going to make solid biofuel. So that's 120 coming in. So we got 60 coming out. And here's what I know about the biomass burners. The biomass burners will burn 4 a minute, right? if I'm making 60 a minute and I divide that by 4, I can basically keep 15 running. But I'm going to go with 12. So what we'll do is, hang on a second. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so all we got to do is put down, where's your biomass burners? We can just, give them each their own little quadrant. And like so. And then we can just come down here on the other side and there we go. And one more. And now all I have to do is get splitters down here. Face it towards me and boom. Alright, for those of y'all that watched me do the Omni World and you were complaining about manifolds, yeah. I'm telling you right now, we are using manifolds here. Right? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, yeah, y'all should be extremely happy about that. And now all I have to do is belt this all up. So boom, boom. We'll get this side done. And hopefully I've got enough stuff in my pocket to get everything done. I'm not 100% sure if I do or not. I tried to plan it out the best I could. But you know how that planning part goes. It doesn't always work out the way you want, and for some reason, I think I have to move that first one on the row. I don't think it's even with the rest of them. No, it is. All right. And then, yeah, I'm liking how that's looking. All right. All I gotta do now is put down the poles and the wiring, and yeah. Give me a second. Y'all don't need to watch that. We'll be right back. All right, I've emptied my pockets and I've got the chainsaw. And I believe it works the same way in this mod as it does in the regular game, right? Just and yeah, I'm just gonna run around and I am gonna just decimate everything that I see around here. Oh, hang on a second. What is that? Hang on a second. It is loam. It looks like dirt in a jar, I think. Hang on a second. Yo. What are you? Loam. It's a soil. Yay, we get to do stuff with soil. Not exactly sure what it is, but we'll find that out later. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm just going to do this really quick. I'm going to run around here and just, my heart content. Yo, I want to give a shout out to all the farmhands out there. You guys' support and love is amazing. It inspires me to continue to make content for you guys, and you guys rock. Alright, you can definitely see where we've been. Let's see what we got in the backpack. Quite a bit. Also, I found a couple of caches, so let's go ahead and take these. And there's another one somewhere over here. Ah, there it is. Now, I will be honest with you, I do have the mobs on peaceful mode. I figure that the game is hard enough as, playing the way we're going to play is going to be hard enough as it is. I don't need to fight things, right? When I fight things, I'll fight things when I have to, but I don't need them fighting me, right? I feel like that the Satisfactory Plus mod is all about playing the game at its hardest mode, but you're playing with your mind instead of your dexterity of your fingers and jumping and stuff like that. So let's come over here, and if I can remember which box is which, you are leaves. All right, so take all the leaves, you take all the wood, and if I just prime one of these, here. I need to yo, give me some wires. I left everything at the hub. So hang on a second. Come from here to here. Everybody's got Gojo juice now. All right. So in theory, yep. All right, they're coming out. These should be coming out. Yep. All right, that's doing what that's doing. And then if we jump from here to here, yep. There we go. And in time, all this will fill up, right? It's going to take a little bit of time, but eventually it will get full up. And man, hang on a second. Let me turn my flashlight off. What is the flashlight button? B. Oh man. Yeah, I am really liking the shadows and stuff like that. It looks amazing. I really can't wait to start putting lights and signs and all that other good stuff up. So hang on a second. Let's look at the power potential. All right, so our capacity is 210 megawatts. We're consuming 12 to make 210. All right, so, or actually 240. Well, make up your mind. It said 210. Now you're saying 240. What is the capacity? The capacity is I guess it's 240. 30. All right, we got 30, and 30 times 12 is 360 capacity. And what are we showing? 270. So I guess it won't show the full capacity until until they all have bits and pieces in them. All right, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. I'm gonna, take a break, get me a cup of coffee, space coffee, right? And I'll bring you guys back when everything's moving and grooving. All right, we're back from coffee break, and they all have a little bit in them. It's gonna take a while for this to completely fill up, but it's going. And we do have 360, right? 360, we're consuming 8.1, 12, in between 8.1 and 12 to make it. And we got 360, so I feel like that's great. So I'm very happy with this. It's up off the ground. That's a good thing. I did, while I was getting coffee out of the Mr. Coffee Space, Mr. Space Coffee pot, I realized, hey, we could put the MAM down. So I went ahead and put the MAM down. And I'm sure you're just intrigued as I am of, what's in the MAM. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 trees that we can do. And there's actually, hey, for you guys that like Fixmas, there's a Fixmas tree event too. So there we go. So we have this is naturals. We got fix it farming, and then there's alien organism, classified phenomenon, unknown crystalline mineral, unknown time crystalline mineral, strange energy readings, a golden future, and unknown chemical event. I guess we'll figure those things out as we go. Plus, we can do crash sites, which is hard drives. So that is a thing. So I'm gonna be honest. We've accomplished a lot today, even though it doesn't seem like we've accomplished a lot. We've accomplished a lot because of the simple fact that now we're sitting at a thing that we can actually start laying production lines down on a platform and organizing things in a certain way and start to stockpile some items so we can build bigger and better. So we did unlock the assemblers. We did unlock the field research with the solid biofuel. We did lock splitters, mergers, Mark II belts. So we're sitting good. I think that the next time we get together, I think that we should focus on maybe getting at least the iron up and going, right? I'm gonna have to do some really, I'm gonna have to figure this out, because stop and think about this for a second. It's a lot. Right? It's not just a little, it's a lot, because we have, right? We've got iron wire, we got iron plates, we've got iron sheets, we've got screws, we've got rods, right? So if I count it, right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus we get the tin out of it. And then we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to make 10 plates. We're gonna have to make 10 sheets, right? We're gonna have to make rotors because of the things, right? The things. What things? You're like, Jab, what things? What was it? Rotors went in something. Was it the Mark II belts? No. All right, it's sheets and. All right, so we're gonna have to figure out screws. We're gonna have to plates, iron sheets. What is it that the rotors went in? And I was just like, that blew my mind. It is the Mark II belt drives, rotors. I knew it, right? So for all you guys that are complaining about, reinforced plates to make your, I got to make rotors for my Mark II to belt and that's only for one part, right? That's the belt drive. And then after the belt drive, I need iron sheets to go with it. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to plan, and we'll build off of this, and we'll figure out we'll put a miner down here, and I'll try to figure out how to put all this stuff together. All right, guys, if you made it this far and you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, right? Comments. Do you think we're doing good? Do you think we're doing bad? Suggestions, right? I'm up for suggestions, within reason, right? But yeah, we'll get it figured out. And like I said, the next time we get together, we'll work on getting some of this up out of the sand and in the air, and go from there. All right, guys, if I don't see you between now and then, have a fantastic weekend. And as always, happy farming.